Happy Friday, everybody. Hope you're well. It's Mark from Backcountry Acres Journey. I hope you're staying warm. We are finally experiencing some of these Arctic temperatures, not near to the level that the Midwest is. But as you can see, our landscape changed this morning. A second, I gotta turn the heater off so we can talk. All right, we got that quieted down. So, best laid plans. It was pretty before, it's not pretty anymore. I'm gonna switch you around here, show you what we're up to and what we run into. I wanted to show you the before, so here's the 10 gallons of Hydronic negative down to negative 100 glycol antifreeze and distilled water to cut it or mix it with. I pushed in from the bottom and filled the bottom loop first. See the drill and the pump goes up into there. Check valve stops it going from up into the system. So it filled down, and then I waited till it got up into this tube, turned it off, isolated the bottom, and then filled the top from that access point. So that's where it was before I tore it apart and started working again. All right, so this is my mess. I started with one circulator pump, ground FOS, 3 settings, should have worked. Dummied down to the on-demand hot water heater, figuring that would make the system work. We've got the pressure expansion tank, so it's got a rubber bladder in there. Bottom half is air. Top little bit fills with water, so it can equalize pressure. Temperature and pressure check valve, or check Y sediment filter. And we've added pressure check valve, 15 psi, to keep it so it doesn't go above the system's requirements. Added the second one that I had bought. Got both of those wired together so they come on at the same time. And I went ahead and put in a big pump, which should help to push. And eventually that will not be in the configuration. So, and then of course that's coming up. Going back the downside, we've just got a fill connect, a check valve, a shut off. Put that in to pressure test the system with air to make sure all my fittings were good. And then left it in, and it's worked as a air bleed off spot fairly well. So the problem I ran into, or I don't know the problem I ran into yet, what I think might be the problem that I ran into is that I bought a glycol mix and didn't water it down much, and it's heavier and has a higher viscosity. I think I'm using the word right. It's thicker. So I'm thinking that quite possibly the pumps are not strong enough to push that heavier liquid through 1,000 feet of piping. So I am going to cut into the system yet again and put a drop into a bucket. So as it's circulating, it's going to drop into a bucket. Probably put it about halfway down the bucket so I can keep the bucket full of liquids. And then the return side is going to pick up out of the bottom of the bucket. So that way, if I can get it circulating even a little bit, I can start watering it down a little bit. And I've got a little bubble tester like you use for antifreeze to make sure we don't dilute it too much. But that's today's project, and if that doesn't work, I am out of work for the next 2 days because it's going to be too cold to get anything meaningful done out here without running heaters the whole time, and that's just too expensive. So if I can't get it figured out today, I'm going to get a forced break and get back at it when the temperatures warm up, because it's not worth freezing over, and we'll get it figured out sooner or later. So if you have any ideas, feel free, put them in the comments. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're staying warm. We're getting our first couple days of having to bundle up. Went in town this morning, got propane, some gloves, because glycol is a caustic substance, and working in it for 2.5 days kind of wrecked my hands. So a couple days late on the PPE is better than never, right, Sean and Randy, my old safety officers? So, all right, I hope you're staying warm. Have a good day. Stay safe, everybody.